Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm back. Uh, I want to talk about meaningless friendships. Once upon a time, I met a friend, and I took a liking to this person. You know, they were very active in my life, and they helped me with things, and I helped them with things, and we both have businesses, sort of like the same outreach themes. And I prayed to the Lord to let me be a good friend and to let this friendship last and to reveal this person's heart. You know, I wanted to make sure that it was a genuine friendship. And, you know, I'm one of those people who is a stickler for no new friends. You know, if you haven't been my friend, if I haven't been knowing you for a long time, I don't want to be friends. I don't want to learn to love somebody new who may not be good for my spirit and my well-being or have good intentions. And I think that's fair. That's fair for my mental health. You know, that's fair for my feelings and my heart. So time progressed. Lo and behold, this person was not a friend. You know, and I had never stepped foot into their business. I had never stepped foot into their home. Not for any particular reason, but I think the Lord was protecting my heart and my feelings and just protecting me in general. Because the things that transpired and unfolded as time progressed were very disturbing. Like I said, I helped this person with something. They helped me with a few things. But in no way, shape, or form was that giving any leeway to take advantage of me, to take advantage of my business, to take advantage of my property and belongings, merchandise. There would be times that they would show up and show out and grab numerous things and not pay for anything. You know, oh, I'm a cash app you. No cash app. Oh, I'm going to pay for this. Let me get this, let me get that, or whatever. And it was becoming habitual. It was to the point where they even entered my business and collected a whole box of things and said, oh, I'm going to take it to this place to sell or whatever. Buy it first. I need my money just like you need your money. I don't care what you've done for me. Thank you. So I got to a quiet place and I started praying. I'm not a messy person where I was telling anybody this person did this to me and I don't want to be friends and, you know, I feel like this or whatever. I didn't run the social media. I just kind of eased out of the friendship amicably, peacefully. I sent them a text message and I said, look, this friendship is not going to work. I don't want to have any parts of it. I'm done. You know, I'm very disturbed that you were going to pay me for my things. You were going to compensate me for my stuff that you took out of my store, and I haven't heard from you in numerous days. You know, who does that? There were excuses. There were many times before that, you know, they had kind of like ghosted me and, you know, maybe something was going on, maybe, you know, but I can't run behind you. I can't run behind a friendship. I got a lot of things going on in my life too. So I just was in a very uncomfortable space in this friendship. I felt that it was more taking than giving, although they had helped me a lot in our friendship. They had devoted time and energy to the friendship. You know, they were giving to a point, but sometimes we have to realize that some givers are really takers. They just want that door open to continue to take because I can say that I'm giving you this or I'm doing this for you or I'm helping you. So the door needs to be open all the time so I could take and take and take and take advantage and get what I want. And when I helped them, I didn't want anything. When I helped them, I didn't need anything. I did it from the kindness of my soul. But they did what they did under conditions. and it was very disturbing to constantly see them come around me. And it was never just to just show up and, girl, how you doing? You know, I was in a very difficult space at one point, and I felt abandoned and stranded because I was even closer to this person than I once was when they were willing to help me regularly, but they weren't present. And I had to realize that, look, Rose, this is not this person's life or their stress. Your problems are not their problems. You must understand that. So I got to a point of peace where I wasn't expecting. I was expecting the worst. I was expecting that, you know, they were going to do what they wanted to do and they didn't want to be bothered, even though I was closer at this point. So, like I said, I was in a position of convenience for them to help me while I was going through a situation. And they did, and they came through. They did, and they came through, and I was grateful for that. But they became more distant once I was closer, and it didn't make sense to me. You were willing to drive over 200 miles round trip, close to 200 miles round trip, under the pretense of helping me. Because, I needed help. Issues were going on, life was still going on, or whatever. I have health issues. I had mobility issues. I had a lot of issues going on. And, they were a friend and they helped me. But like I said, sometimes you have to realize what is the true underlining factor of this help. Is it to keep a door open so that they can strike and do their thing and take? I always say beware of the snare, because all help is not help. So time progressed or whatever, and I felt stranded because we agreed upon me coming closer because they would be more available. And the first day, it was a whole issue. The first day, it was an issue where my child is unwell. I know accidents happen, issues happen, incidents happen, health issues, health scares. Things happen suddenly. But things just weren't making sense. It was like a snowball of things. My child is not well. I'm going to work. And it was an attitude. Like, I'm checking on y'all. Well, how is your child? Yeah, child was hospitalized. I'm going to work. My child is fine. My child is resting. I'm going to work. Like, don't bother me. Don't ask me nothing. I'm not available. I'm not reliable. But you were available and you were reliable when I was many miles away. So sometimes you got to gauge, look at the situation. Okay, so the willingness is there. I'm away. What is this really all about? But when I'm closer and I'm accessible and you can really give that help, you won't. So it wasn't making sense to me or whatever. So I'm like, okay. But I'm not a petty person. I'm a forgiving person and I'm an understanding person. Well, maybe this person is going through something. Fall back, Rose, Even though they said they will be there. They will be that friend. So days went by and I didn't hear from you, and you were supposed to give me money and pay for my stuff. You were supposed to pay for my stuff. I never got a cash app. I never got a word from you. At one point I told you, look, we had agreed upon you purchasing something for me. And I said, well, look, don't worry about it because I don't even want that no more. Don't worry about that. How about you just bring me something that you already have that I need at the moment? Because I'm in a situation that, I'm compromised right now. My mobility and, have health situations and things going on or whatever. So you're accessible and you're a friend and you were willing to help me. So you said, okay, but I still didn't hear from you for days. And what you were going to bring me didn't cost you a dime. You didn't have to spend any money. It was something that you already had, and you couldn't be reliable in that sense. I didn't hear from you for days after you agreed to compensate me that way, in a way that didn't cost you a dime. That's not a friend. I felt some kind of way. And I let you be in your space. Continue to be unaccessible or whatever. Because what you don't know is that I'm grateful for your help, and I'm grateful for you being that person to offer the help, that you were available, but you really weren't. But I really don't need you. I can move on to the next thing and find a way. And I did. I sent you a message. Look, I'm done with this friendship. You're not really a friend. I'm over it. It's okay. Don't worry about anything. You don't owe me anything. I don't want anything. Oh, that's when the Cash App came. That's when you pulled up to my shop with your child. You tried to throw a child in the mix or whatever. That was wrong. I'm not going to be standoffish to a child. A child that I once favored and liked and communicated with or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm an adult and that's a child. Don't throw a child in this. You come up like a woman or call me and say you're sorry. Never got an apology. Never, because I didn't do anything. I said, well, look, before this thing gets out, because I know how I am, I don't have anything to say decent at the moment. So let me fall back and let me, smooth this thing out. Let me pull away from this friendship. Let me end it. Let me go my way and be done with it. Let me dissolve this. It's okay. I'm good. I can make a way. So in closing, we need to realize that there are those meaningless friendships that seem like they're all about something good and they're really not, and they damage us and they mean us no well, and we can get nothing out of those friendships. They're not balanced friendships. They're not healthy. They're very toxic. You don't know what is this person's problem with me, and you feel like you're doing everything right. And you didn't have to do anything. You just did it from your heart because you weren't expecting anything. You weren't trying to gain any friendly points or anything. You didn't need anything at the moment. Okay, not to mention that each and every time that anything was done for me, I always offered food, gas, money, compensation. I am not a user. So I was giving back too. I'm not just saying, oh, come do this for me, and I don't have it at the moment. So I wasn't asking for nothing. I wasn't taking anything. I didn't owe this person anything. I've always offered money, food, gas, and it was refused. Some people that are portraying to be givers are takers, to keep a door open so they can continue to do what they want to do. That's what that was. And I had to tell myself, well, your problem is you need to stop being so dependent. Even if this person owes you something, you don't need to be dependent. You need to find a way. And that's what I did. Through the will of God, to be a good friend. And that's what it was. And it turned out to all kind of stuff. This person is still trying to reach out to me. This person sends me messages that I don't even care to read or open or respond to or whatever. Just let it go. At a certain point, when you keep on and you keep on and you pry and you're pulling up and you're driving around and you're still calling and you're texting and you're emailing, at some point it becomes harassment. A meaningless friendship can turn into something very serious and something very uncomfortable. So if you ever get to see this or replay this or it's sent your way, just leave it alone. I'm over it. It was a nice friendship while it lasted, but I don't even think it was a real friendship. And I'm very easygoing, and the friends that I have, that I've been having, those are real friends. Those are my friends. Those are the friendships that I choose to indulge in and to continue to have. Those are healthy situations that will continue, and I'm done.